Assalamualaikum and very good evening to all my friends and my examiner. My name is KHADIJAH BINTI SUKARMAN. I will explain my research topic is the impact of social media advertising on consumer buying behavior among student UMK. For intro, social media is a platform that is always utilized for business or just for fun. As a result, a company has do one web social media advertising as one of the method for marketing their product and service. The goals of this research is to determine the impact of social media advertising on consumer buying behavior among student UMK. The research in this study apply quantitative method as a research proof. Objective. Research have two objectives, which is to investigate the relationship between informational response and consumer buying behavior among student UMK, and the second is to investigate the relationship between environmental response and consumer buying behavior among student UMK. Based of the objective, the hypothesis for this research is there is a significant relationship between emotional response and consumer buying behavior. Second hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between environmental response and consumer buying behavior. Methodology. For the research design, we do quantitative method, and data collector we use questionnaire. Population is a UMK student in campus quota. Overall, all the student UMK in campus quota is 6,137 students. So the sample size is 361 sample based on Catchery and Morgan table 1970. For the data analysis, I use the descriptive analysis, reliability test, and the person correlation coefficient. Result of this research is for the demographic and female is a majority the respondent, which is 81%, and the other is a male. And after gender, we have age, which is 20 to 23 years old are the major of the respondent, which is 68%. And the Malay, for after age, we have races, which is Malay is the major, and followed by Chinese, Indian, and others. Malay is 76%, and for after that we have a student program in UMK, which is the major is the SAK, is 35%, followed by SAB, SAL, SAR, and others. And Second last is for the demography is the years of study. The major of my respondent is year 4, which is 51%. And the lastly is the social media advertising medium. For the respondents agree that all advertising from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, based on for the descriptive analysis, I did have a summary for this. Is a consumer buying behavior, which is we know is DV. For the mean is 4.21 and standard deviation is 0.58. And the first IV independent variable is emotional responses. For the mean is 4.01, standard deviation is 0.61, and the last for the independent variable 2, which is environmental responses. For the mean 4.19, standard deviation 0.57. Okay, next is a reliability statistic. For the result, we have a consumer buying behavior. Approach alpha is 0.765, which is a good, and emotional responses is 0.712, is a good too. And the lastly is environmental responses is 0.74, is a good. From this result, we can use the all variable is is a good result lah. From the for person correlation coefficient, this person correlation is we want to test the hypothesis is accept or not. For the result, the research found that hypothesis 1 is accepted. This is because the significant value is 0.000 and the p-value is positive, which is 0.584. And the second hypothesis is also accepted because the same is because the significant value is also 0.00 and the p-value is a positive, which is 0.573. And for the conclusion, the result of the research that has been conducted to assess their emotional and environmental response have an influence on consumer buying behavior or not. The findings have shown that the impact of social media advertising on consumer buying behavior among student UMK as measured to their use of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and Twitter. And for the acknowledgement, I have to thank you for my supervisor which is Dr. Noulahan, and for my examiner is Dr. Fatihah Binti Muhammad. That's all for me. Thank you.